Hello, Jackie. Hello, Kathy. These two lovely souls are with me on a trip to Peru, so we have a little Inca vibe in the house as I am wearing some Inca gear today. Welcome to Althea. And now our amazing Rick Kitzman will center us and ground us in prayer. Thank you.
Good morning. So if you're comfortable, close your eyes and take a deep, deep breath. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. And as you exhale, just know that your shoulders sink, and yet we sit on this foundation of thought and wisdom, of light and love on this first or second day of winter, on the shortest day of the year. And it is this time that of coldness and darkness in our world right here and right now that we go inside, as we are doing so right here and right now, to that spark of life within each and every one of us. And we are united to that spark of life, for that is the divine oneness, whether we call it God or Buddha, Shiva, Krishna, it has no name, and yet it is all names. And it is all manifestations. And so I give thanks for this time, for this message from Reverend Christina, for Greg's beautiful rhythms and music and sounds, as each and every one of us have found our way to this sacred sanctuary. And I give thanks for everyone here. I give thanks for all of the wisdom and knowledge that each one brings. I give thanks for all of our volunteers, for our founders, for this beautiful city, this beautiful state, this beautiful country. And let us each in our own way just release whatever consternations, whatever stresses we might have, and just give these questions to the Spirit. For in the mind of God, those answers are already there. And I declare right here and right now that in divine order and divine time, those answers are already here, and always, always with great, great love. And together we say, and so it is.
Good morning. Will everyone please stand and join me in the statement of being and face of God. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God and are ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. We are a family. You are the face of God.
Thank you. Thank you. Greg Wilkins, I adore you. He does our gong bath, and every now and then I am called through meditation to see what we all need. during this time of the light season, but there's also a time of challenge. And I feel Greg's gifts helps to heal our metaphysical body and our spiritual body. Greg has over 30 years as a sound practitioner, sono alchemist, and through his unique blend of gong and traditional sacred sounds, Greg creates a powerful and transformative experience through sound. He's also a Reiki master, and he studied music theory and composition from the Chicago Musical College and studies in sonology and at the State Institute of Sonology in the Netherlands. He is a Dika blessing giver. What do you not do, O Holy One? Please welcome back Greg Wilkins. Thank you, Greg. And now Christy will do our reading.
Good morning. After the longest night, tomorrow will sing up the dawn. There's a rejoicing in that, even in the darkest time. The sun is not vanquished. As of tomorrow, the days begin to get longer as the light of day grows. While the gentle winter sun slowly opens its eyes, let us all bring more light, more compassion into the world. Dasha Avlin, spiritual author. Through the activation of our perfect inner sun, we can realize that we are filaments of light and sound and of the sun. Everything is about perfecting oneself. Jorge Luis Delgado, shaman, author, and born of Incan heritage.
Thank you, Christy. A new dawn is rising. 10 years ago, I went to Peru and met this powerful woman named Christy Bells, who is doing an event here on January 4th. You'll see it in our newsletter. Because I believe 2025 is going to be a really big one. I said the beginning of this year, buckle up, Buttercup. I didn't know I really meant that. And this solstice season, because with the word soul, I came up with this title through spirit. It wasn't me. It's not just the soul of solstice. We are of the sun. And I think sometimes with the holidays, we forget it in the bustle and the rush. Recently, I was in Peru again with these two beautiful women, and Junia in the back, with Jorge from that phrase, very powerful man. And I felt the power of spirit more profoundly. Now, I was out of the country, and it was during election time. I also felt peace. But I realized, because I told myself I wasn't getting on social media. I wasn't going there. I was going within, into that grandfather's son, which is something Jorge learned over thousands of years ago from the Inca tradition passed down of how they pull the sun into their heart and into the third eye to affirm light. And in these teachings, we talk about affirmative prayer. Kandera, I would invite you to meet with her if you have a prayer request. For the holidays, it brings up a lot. I came back from Peru and spoke on December 4th on grief and the holidays and the gifts of the holidays. And a lot of people talked on hope and faith, and Kristen spoke on trust. And then we roll into the light. I love solstice season on both sides, the winter and the summer solstice. It's a powerful time. And actually, a lot of people, you may or may not know, December 25th wasn't about Christmas, because it wasn't invented until about 1,500 years ago. But for thousands of years, some scholars believe over 50,000 years ago is when they started celebrating the solstice. The Egyptians, the Zotarans, the Hindus, all celebrated solstice. Here in America, the natives celebrated solstice. The Celtics, the Druids, look at Stonehenge. They all celebrated solstice. And it wasn't until the Romans considered the end of the solstice season was December 25th. That's when they founded Christmas. But it's about the light rising in the northern hemisphere. Now in Peru, since they're closer to the equator, it's not that much of a difference. But if you look at Norway in the Arctic, they're going dark. Where we get a little bit more light. And I even heard this morning, we had 3 seconds more light this morning. Ooh. So with all the fanfare of Hanukkah, of Christmas, and all the lights, and some people don't celebrate the holidays. I have an uncle who's no longer with us, who was Jehovah's Witness. They celebrated no holidays. And that was his own belief. But I will say he came over for Christmas dinner. Just saying. Just saying. Because it's fun and it's light. In the beginning, I talked about grief and the holidays, and I know people are having grief in so many different ways. And it does bring up missing our loved ones or our parents. But I'm going to invite you to slow down the next couple of days. When I was out and about a couple of days ago, I am watching people be frantic or worry like, did I get enough gifts? Did I do this? And I'm thinking to myself, well, did you take a break? Did you rest? Did you meditate? Did you relax? Did you contemplate? Did you find gratitude? This picture is a place we went to on the way to Machu Picchu. Is Ollantaytambo. Junior, you could correct me. I always mess it up. Ollantaytambo. Thank you. And during the winter solstice, which they celebrate, I'm sure there were thousands of people there, the sun shines directly through that keyhole. It's a pretty big hole. And all over Machu Picchu. There are sacred sites in Sedona, and they don't know how old, where the sun shines through at the exact time of the solstice. Stonehenge, Egypt, parts of northern Italy, Norway. There's these natural formations where the sun shines. So where's the sun shining in us? What does what the ancients would say, Father, Son, that Gaia gave birth to the sun, is really telling us about the light within. That we are required to shine our light, to not go into fear, to not go into, aren't you angry about blah, blah, blah? Aren't you worried about the economy? Do not allow the human ego to take you down even during the holiday season. Because people's stuff comes up. Some people don't want to be with their families during the holiday season. Some people feel they're forced to be with their families during the holiday season because it's the right thing to do, because this is what mom or grandma wanted. I'm going to invite you to take time and slow down. Statistically speaking, more people get sick after January 5th. Gee, I wonder why. You've been running and running and running since Thanksgiving. A lot of people have been running and doing and being. When I worked in the electronics world as an engineering manager, this time of year for about 3 weeks, I was off. China closes. You guys know that? You can't ship anything out of Korea right now. They've been off. And in the beginning of January, they celebrate Golden Week. Meanwhile, we're returning gifts or worry if someone liked it. I'm going to invite you to be in the sun. Even if you don't live in Colorado. The East Coast, I lived in the East Coast for 9 years. I am watching the weather. Above the snow and the rain, the sun always shines. You realize when you see the moon, that's the sunlight shining on the moon. Even when we're asleep, it's shining somewhere on the planet. Pull in that light. And don't go into fear. Don't go into fear. Go into whatever prayer is to you or meditation. It's not worth it. Years ago, over 10 years ago, I made a choice that I don't want to travel during the holidays anymore because it's intense. You could feel people's anxiety of planes being canceled or people worrying about their luggage. It's okay to relax and be in the sun. Jorge, in his book, Inca Wisdom, states, fear is the absence of light due to our own lack of acknowledging that the light exists within us. It's always in us. When you get an MRI, CT scan, your body's an electrical being. We live in an electric universe created by God, the Supreme Creator. That's why the Great One came. The Great Wayshower, Yeshua ben Joseph. Now, we don't know what year he was really born, or was it December, or was it spring? But even that doesn't matter. It's about the light. When he said to Peter, what I can do, you can do more. That wasn't just to Peter. That was all of us. The dark and the light cannot exist in the same site. Cannot. You walk into a dark room with a candle, you notice what happens? The dark fades away. We are to shine our light and be peaceful. When people are in panic, take a deep breath. When people are making up stories, because I'm going to say making up, oh my God, this is going to happen when so-and-so is in office. Sorry to get political, but it's in the room. I hear it all the time. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Stop manifesting it. Manifest good. And stop manifesting stuff that's a week away or even a day away. You don't know. We don't know. We really don't know. We create our future now. The ancients celebrated solstice from a earth godly standpoint of light, of farming, of new birth. And right now, if you look towards the north, in the northern hemisphere at night, there's the Euclid meteor shower. It always falls, what they think, since the beginning of time, during the winter solstice. That meteor shower is from a comet near the North Star. Isn't that amazing? And the ancients believe the North Star is a portal of divine light, energy, and healing. So you may see a shooting star tonight. Look out. In Colorado, it will be clear. And even if you're in another part of the country, just hold it and see it. You can even go to the NASA website, and they show live feeds of shooting stars. That's us. When we put a star on a tree, or even lighting a menorah, that candlelight, during Christmas time, during the holidays, all holidays, look how they're just smiling. Guess what? We were all kids, guys. We can loosen up. We could just relax. Worrying about politics and the economy or jobs and careers, I'm going to tell you something. You might not want to hear it. It's above your pay grade. It's above your pay grade. Let it go. Let it go. Go into the light. This fixing, that fixing's from fear. Fear is an absence of light. I was so calm in Peru, and I'm determined to keep that calmness here. I've cut back even more of watching the news. The moment it starts to go into fear, off. Comedy time, above my pay grade. What's not above my pay grade is the power of light, love, and wisdom that we all have. If you're still above ground, you're here. Many of us survived the virus and other things. Our ancestors survived black plagues, bubonic plagues, economic turmoil. We're spiritual warriors, but we don't have to go to war with each other. We're going to stand in the truth, stand in our heart, and bring in that Father, Son, that energy, and that Gaia light. We can't live without sunlight. You guys realize that? Plants can't live without sunlight. It's the light of the divine. Ancients believe that the sun is actually a portal. That's a time traveler. There's some ancients believe there are spaceships that come from the sun. That's really an energetic force field. It's mighty. It speaks to us with solar flares. We know it when our cell phones don't work that well 2 days later. It speaks, it's alive, and it's in us. We are of that. And we can affirm every morning, as they do in the Incan Peruvian way, right hand over heart, left hand over solar plexus. Thank you, Spirit, for me being alive. Thank you for my life. Every morning, try that. Gratitude. Gratitude for seeing another day. Gratitude for the sun, even when it's snowing or raining. No, it's always there. It's always there. It's omnipresent. It's omnipotent like we are. To have gratitude, to see another holiday, and celebrate one another, and see the childhood light in each other's eyes. To feel into it. This is a picture of the sun, and Greg's going to start us into a meditation, and I will watch the time. I'm going to invite you to ask a question or sit into the meditation, whatever works for you. But here's a question. What does the message of the sun have for me this solstice season? Because we're in it, not just Christmas, we're in it. We're in a new dawn. Astrologically speaking, Mars is in an area in the galaxy it's never been in 4,000 years. Golden light is rising. It's always darkest before the dawn. We're headed towards something beautiful. Hold on to the possibility of peace and love and happiness. Bring it in. And I'm going to invite everyone to take a deep breath. Again, we're going to do 2 more. And at this last deep breath, I want you to hold it for a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds. Hold it. And release. And feel into the sound. And be with it or ask, what's the message that the sun has for me to hold, to take in this week? What's the message? I slowly come back to the space. Slowly come back to the space. Feel your body, feel the chair if you're online. Wiggle your toes. Knowing whatever's going on, that if you're new here, they've been in this center for over 20 years and giving in time, talent, and treasure. But this is a time of treasure circulation. And the treasure that is circulated here helps the building. This building's over 100 years old. And it helps wanting us to get the parking lot fixed and other things, and to pay for our beautiful performers such as Greg. To circulate that energy, knowing when you believe abundance is yours, it is yours. There is no lack in the universal field. And I know sense and feel. I know that for myself. Because every day I say I am abundantly blessed. And you may say that too. I say it when I circulate my bills. Not pay your bills, circulate, knowing everything comes back to you. And knowing everything you give into this basket, or we have a dip jar in the back, $10 dips that take credit cards, or you give online at altheacenter.org. You could do reoccurring gifts. They're all a tax write-off, but everything you give in love, light, and prosperity always returns. It is law. And together we say here at Althea, the universe provides all that I need and all that I give. With great joy, I share my prosperity, planting seeds for a world I am helping manifest. And so it is. Amen. And what you set up in giving, like I said, it always comes back. Give in love, not in fear. Love brings abundance. It brings joy. And it's returned back to you. And also, I provide another little gift this year. My dear friend Junia brought in a lot of her gifts from Peru. All of those items in the back are from Peru. So if you have any last-minute Christmas shopping, I did buy some things. I was like, oh, someone could use this as a gold disc that we did ritual with, that we put up towards the sun. You can do that at home. You can put that over you. She doesn't have this, but this came from Peru. The amazing people there tap into their creativity. Everything is handmade with love. So feel free to go shopping afterwards. And there's the scan of the QR code. And Ricky, are you ready? And Daryl, we're going to do a Christmas song. One of my favorites. There's Daryl. And enjoy.
Good morning.
I'll let you do that. I'm going to go see.
Test. There. Please stand as you're able and join me in our community song, Silver Bells. city sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, greeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of street lights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. See the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. This is Santa's big scene. And above all this bustle you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Wonderful. You all sound so great. We need to have a choir. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Vicki. So we're going to hold Jerry, Bob's other half, in prayer. He's okay. But usually Bob doesn't pray up, but I'm doing it. So repeat after me. I am light. I am a child of the divine. I am powerful with all my might. I want you to look at each other and say, you are loved. Look at someone and say, you are loved. And repeat, I am a blessing into the world. And the divine loves me. Yes, say that every day. I am loved by God. And I walk into the world and say, and so it is. Amen. Wonderful. Thank you. And we have a Christmas Eve service at 5 o'clock. We have beautiful music. I won't be talking much, so it's entertainment, some praying, a little meditation, but enjoy the rest of your week and be in light and be in relaxation.